Hello, 9th standard CBSE children. Have a good day. Have a nice day. I hope you are doing well. Now, this presentation is for our 9th CBSE biology. This is video number 20. We are going to discuss chapter 7, diversity in living organisms. Last part of the lesson we are just concluding as part 5. Right, and it's a short duration with the conclusion we say, yeah, that is as chapter 7 video number 20, diversity in living organism, part 5, right? And what you're observing in this figure is animal classification, as we have learnt in video number 19. At kingdom Animalia, they are classified based on several criteria. What are all? As level of organization, germ layers, symmetry, coelom, presence or absence of coelom, and then presence or absence of notochord as invertebrate and vertebrates. Yeah. Invertebrate, they are classified into different phyla. Phylum Porifera, example sponges. Phylum Coelenterata, example Hydra, sea anemone, jellyfish. Phylum Platyhelminthes, example tapeworm. Phylum Aschelminthes, example roundworm. Phylum Annelida, example earthworm. Phylum Arthropoda, example cockroach, all the insects. Phylum Mollusca, example apple snail, and phylum Echinodermata, example starfish. All these phyla, they are included under group invertebrata, animals with a backbone, right? And animals with the backbone, they are classified as prochordates and chordates, vertebrate, prochordates and vertebrates. Prochordates we have animals bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, coelom will be present. At the same time, they have a special feature, presence of notochord. Notochord is a long rod-like structure that runs along the back of the animal, separating the nervous tissue and the gut alimentary canal. Okay, it provides a place for muscles to attach for the easy movement. And protochordates may not have proper notochord present at all stages in their lives or for entire length of the animals, and all of them are marine habitat, marine animals. Example, Balanoglasses and Amphioxus. Balanoglasses, Amphioxus and Herdimania. Balanoglasses, Amphioxus and Herdimania. Now what this is our 5 kingdom classification as plant kingdom nama 5 kingdom classification la kingdom Monera, Protista, Plantae varakum pathom. Idu kingdom Animalia. Idu plant kingdom Plantae ki Bryophyte, Pteridophyte, Gymnosperm. Bryophyte, Pteridophyte, Gymnosperm and Angiosperms. Angiosperms are further classified into dichord and monocot. I hope you could follow this. Then this is what we call it as tree chart. As base nama cellular level organization. Adila enna padichirkom? File group Monera padichom, and some of them protista siladu unicellular, adu sponges. So this is cellular level. This tissue level of organization. Then this organ and organ system. This well developed organ and organ system. Presence of coelom and non-coelomate animals. This is tree chart. Okay, so namak enrichment activity undula adukku you can prepare a chart like this. You make a chart like this and try to collect the pictures and net la irukku illana kadaila available, or you can draw these simple diagrams. And a colored picture, it's always attractive. So and the madri kuda you can buy and paste. So in the chapter 7 diversity of living organisms, the tree chart vandu you have to prepare. I hope you could follow. The next one, it is plant kingdom. Overall plant kingdom classified into cryptogamy and phanerogamy. Cryptogamy na they are non-flowering plants. Phanerogamy la up to Gymnosperm non-flowering, but they produce seeds. So phanerogamy, they are seed-bearing plants. Are you clear? So under cryptogamy we have Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta and Gymnosperm cherum. This is a non-flowering plant but seed bearing. This non-flowering and seed will not be present. So I repeat, cryptogamy classified into Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta and seed bearing Gymnosperm. Whereas phanerogamy, they are seed bearing plant. That is flowering plant. This is angiosperm and flowering plant. This is seed bearing plant. They are further classified into Gymnosperm and angiosperm. Gymnosperm seeds are naked, characterized by naked seeds. Whereas angiosperm seeds are enclosed within the ovary. நம்ம dicot monocot படிச்சிருக்கோம்ல, அதான் seed bearing, seed enclosed within the ovary. Okay, so here this angiosperm, they are as angiosperm. The seeds develop inside an organ. The seeds develop inside an organ which is modified to become a fruit. So it is within the fruit the seeds are developed. And the plant embryos in seeds, plant embryos in seeds have structure called cotyledon. So this angiosperm, it means angio means covered, sperma means seed. So the seeds develop inside an organ which is modified to become a fruit. These are also called flowering plants. And plants in plant embryos in seeds have structure called cotyledon. The cotyledons are also known as seed leaves. And cotyledons, when they are present with a single number, it is said to be monocot, and when they are two in number, it is dicot plant. I hope you could follow this. So classification of plant kingdom la nama innonu padichirukom, cryptogamy and phanerogamy, and then Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm and angiosperm. Okay, the next one, adena in detail with the features and figures sollirken. As plant kingdom, cryptogams, non-flowering and non-seed bearing plant. Whereas phanerogamy, flowering and seed bearing plant. Okay, and phanerogamy, Gymnosperm, it has naked seed. Whereas angiosperm, seeds are present inside the fruit. Thallophyta, what are the characteristic features? Plant body is not well differentiated into root, stem and leaf. Instead, it is known as thallus. And Bryophyta, the plant body, it shows the plant shows double mode of life. So it is amphibious plant. It is as mosses, Rixia and Liverwurst and mosses. Liverwurst example, Rixia marcantia. And this Rixia will have dorsiventral thallus and differentiated into dorsal side and ventral side. And Bryophyte onwards, it exhibits alternation of generation, wherein Bryophyte gametophytic life cycle alternate with the sporophytic life cycle. Otherwise, sexual reproduction will take place first and then asexual reproduction. And in bryophyte, moisture is needed to complete its life cycle. Right? Whereas in bryophyte mosses, it has root-like, stem-like and leaf-like structure. And vascular tissues as xylem and phloem, they are absent. I hope you follow. Then pteridophyte, plant body is the sporophyte and body is differentiated into root, stem and leaf, and they are non-seeded plants. Instead, they are produced in a cone structure called asexual structure called cone. And vascular tissues, xylem and phloem, they started appearing in this plant group pteridophyte onwards. Okay, and the gymnosperm, as I said, seeds are naked and they are, we say, non-flowering, but the seeds are naked and it is present in a structure called cone as male cone and female cone, right? And then the angiosperm, as I said, seed-bearing plants, dicot and monocot. Now this is mosses and liverwurst bryophyte. It வந்து fern. Fernல வந்து it reproduces asexually. There are, first it is in the form of cone, example lycopodium, whereas it is reproducing in the form of spores, as what you are seeing in the figure, it is a fern plant. This fern plant is having sorus, a asexual reproductive structure called sorus, which bears the sporangium, which in turn produces the spores. Sorry? Then this is coniferal gymnosperm. The nadula yellow structure இருக்குல்ல, அதுதான் cone, possessing the male and female reproductive structures, right? And then as usual, it is male cone and female cone separate. இது வந்து angiosperm. Flowering plant சொல்லிருக்கேன்ல, அது வந்து angiosperm. ஒரு தடவை go through பண்ண plant kingdom classification. ஒரு second go through பண்ண. Cryptogram, phanerogram, spelling படிச்சுக்கோ. ஏன்னா நம்ம புக்கில் அது இல்லை, இந்த வேர்டு வந்து இருக்கிறதா எனக்கு ஞாபகம் இல்லை. I don't think cryptogram and phanerogramனு நம்ம புக்கில் இல்லை. ஒரு தடவை go through பண்ண. Can you? முதல்லேருந்து வா. Cryptogame, phanerogame, Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta. படிச்சிட்டியா? Next, it is example pictures. This is for Thallophyta, Oscillatoria, Chlamydomonas, Sargassum, Polysiphonia. This is green pigment, Chlorophyceae. Algae சொல்லிருக்கேன்ல, it is having different pigmentation. Green pigment, Chloroplast, Chlorophyceae. This is brown pigment, Phaeophyceae. But same time, chlorophyll will be present, that is hidden here. And this is Polysiphonia, red algae. All these are red algae, whereas this is blue-green algae, Oscillatoria. So these are all example for Thallophyta. About the Thallophyta. Then next one, classification of Bryophyte. Class Hepaticae, class Anthoceratae, class Musae. அது வந்து undifferentiated Thalassonalia, Rixia and Marcantia. Whereas Anthoceratae, example Anthoceras. And class Musae, இந்த குச்சி குச்சியா நிற்கிறது இல்லையா, அதுதான் it is producing the spores. Example Funaria. What you are seeing this figure, it is Funaria. This is Anthoceras and this is Rixia. Can you? Now go through பண்ணு. The மூணு class spelling பாரு. Class Hepaticae, class Anthoceratae, class Musae. Can you? Spelling paru. Hepatica, Anthocerate, Musai. And Pteridophyte, this class வந்து just புரிஞ்சுக்க போறோம். Silopsida, Lycopsida, Sphenopsida, Pteropsida. Blurred இருக்கு புரிஞ்சுக்கோ. Silopsida, Xylotum, Lycopsida, Lycopodium, Sphenopsida, Equisetum, and Pteropsida, Nephrolepis. இதுதான் நமக்கு fern வேணும். Pteropsida, Nephrolepis. இதை go through பண்ணு. ஸ்பெல்லிங் வந்து உனக்கு தெரிஞ்சுக்கோ. இதெல்லாம் கான்செப்ட் புரிஞ்சு எழுதுற போர்ஷன், இந்த டெஸ்ட் போர்ஷன், இந்த லெசன்ஸ் எல்லாம் கான்செப்ட் புரிஞ்சு எழுதணும். I'll go to next. சீக்கிரம் பாரு. Can you? Right. Next one. It is Gymnosperm. This is cycas plant. இது வந்து pinus tree. இது வந்து male cone. இது வந்து female cone. இதெல்லாம் male cone. இது male cone சின்னதா இருக்கும். இது வந்து female cone. நீ அது கூட புரிஞ்சுக்க வேண்டாம். Just to understand pinus tree with the cones. Cones தான் வரணும். Pinus tree இது வந்து female cone. Pinus tree with the cones. இது வந்து cycas tree. இதுல cone இருக்கு. Cycas, it is characterized by the presence of coralloid root. Coralloid root வந்து it has nitrogen fixing bacteria. Coralloid root having nitrogen fixing bacteria. சரியா? So this is the example for Gymnosperm, cycas and pinus. Okay. The next one. This is classification of animal kingdom. படிச்சோம்ல. Kingdom Animalia. நேத்திக்கு சொல்லி கொடுத்தேனே. Kingdom Animalia. Then level of organization, cellular and tissue organ system, unicellular and multicellular. Then symmetry, radial and bilateral. Coelom or body cavity, whether present or not, it is acoelomate. Animals acoelomate, pseudocoelomate and eucoelomate or coelomate animals. And phylum, unicellular வந்து phylum Porifera. Multicellular வந்து it is diploblastic with the radial symmetry. Phylum Coelenterata. It is also known as Cnidaria. Then acoelomate Platyhelminthes, pseudocoelomate Aschelminthes, and coelomate animal with the true coelom. They are Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata and Chordata. அதான் vertebrates வந்து generally chordates சொல்லுவோம். Chordates, they are further classified into prochordates and vertebrates. Prochordatesல தான் இந்த Hemichordata, Cephalochordata and Urochordata வரும். சரியா? Then under chordata, vertebrates will be included. And these vertebrates, they are further classified into 5 classes. As video 19 la படிச்சோம்ல, 5 classes. Class Pisces, class Amphibian, class Reptilia, class Aves and class Mammalia. 5 classes: Pisces, Amphibian, Reptilia, Aves and Mammalia. This is for 5 classes of vertebrates. இதோட comparative study நேத்திக்கு படிச்சோம் இல்லையா, video 19ல அதை வந்து ஞாபகப்படுத்திக்கோ. That is for, right? So இதை ஒரு just ஒரு second go through பண்ண. Classification of kingdom Animalia based on fundamental features. எப்படி பார்க்கணும்? kingdomக்கு கீழே Animalia. Level of organizationல cellular and tissue organ system. Symmetry வந்து radial and bilateral symmetry. Coelom வந்து 3 type. And then phylum, they are classified. Second go through. Can you? இந்த phylum குள்ள spelling தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும் and examples you should know. Phylum, you should know the spelling and examples. Okay, then we'll go to next. As as phylum Chordata, as I said now, subphylum Urochordata, example Ascidian, subphylum Cephalochordata, example Amphioxus, subphylum Vertebrata, they are again vertebrate without jaws and vertebrate with the jaws. Vertebrates without jaws and vertebrate with the jaws. And vertebrate without jaws la வந்து Cyclostomata, example hagfish and lamprey. Whereas vertebrates with the jaws, it is shark class species, amphibian, reptilia, aves and mammalia. Example பார்த்துக்கோ, shark and mullet, frog, lizard and snake, pigeon, rabbit and man. This is for phylum classification, phylum Chordata. Okay, the next one we are going to discuss some questions. அது மட்டும் பார்த்துக்கோ. First, fill in the blanks. As fill in the blanks, metazoans have proper differentiation into tissues and organs. First fill up tissues and organs. Okay, then Thallophyta, sex organs are simple and single celled. Sex organs are simple and single celled. And third one, tube feet are locomotory organs of echinoderm. Tube feet are the locomotory organs of echinoderm. Okay, then skeleton of sponges is made up of spicules and spongin. Spicules and the water opening spicules and spongin. And skin of reptiles is covered by scales. Scales, feathers and hairs form exoskeleton of vertebrates. Fungi are egg decomposers. Echinodermata is a phylum of spiny skinned marine non-chordate. Echinodermata is a phylum of spiny skinned marine non-chordates. Then wings of birds are modified forelimb. Ascaris has bilateral symmetry. Ascaris having bilateral symmetry. Then gymnosperms have naked seeds. Note panikko. Gymnosperms have naked seeds. Ferns are example of pteridophytes. Ferns are the example of pteridophyte. Okay. Then double matching. You should know to match as notochord, hydra இதெல்லாம் இருக்கு இல்லையா, இதில் வந்து கொஞ்சம் மறைஞ்சிருக்கு வீடியோவில், அதை நோட் பண்ணிக்கோ. 6th வந்து balanoglasses, 7 prokaryotes எழுதிக்கோ. 6th balanoglasses, 7 prokaryote, 8th shark, 9th seeds in fruit. Prokaryote, 6th balanoglasses, prokaryote, shark and seed in fruit. Okay, so இது எப்படி நீ மேட்ச் பண்ணணும்? You should match this. அதை எப்படி பண்ணணும்? Go through பண்ணி பாரு. notochord, அதுக்கு வந்து notochordக்கு செகண்ட் இதில் என்ன சொல்லலாம்? notochord, it is Urochordata, and then it has tail of larva. At hydra, freshwater nematocyst. Hydra, freshwater nematocyst. Then choanocytes, it is present in porifera. Choanocytes present in porifera. And example வந்து ஒரு நிமிஷம். Choanocytes present in porifera, present in mesohyl போட்டுக்காது, புரியல, நான் அடுத்ததில் சொல்லித்தரேன். அடுத்து acorn worm hemichordata, example balanoglasses. Then flame cell, it is liver fluke, acoelomate. Then again leech, leech வந்து sixth one, leech. It is freshwater and hiridinaria. Hiridinaria, common name, binomial of leech வந்து hiridinaria. Then flower is angiosperm. Flower is angiosperm, seed bearing. Then nucleoid, எட்டாவது வந்து nucleoid with the eubacteria and prokaryote. Nucleoid, eubacteria, prokaryote. Okay. Then ventral mouth, placoid scale, அது வந்து shark. சரி, இது ஆன்சரும் நான் கொடுத்துருக்கேன், நீ அதோட ஃபாலோ பண்ணிக்கோ. அடுத்த பேஜில் ஆன்சர் வந்திருக்கு, அதை பண்ணிக்கோ. ஓகே, the next one, multiple choice வந்து redwood tree, answer D answer 100 meters. Note பண்ணிக்கோ answers. Redwood tree of California reaches the height of 100 meters. Okay, then hotspots of diversity means areas of earth that contain many endemic species. Is the answer. Areas of earth that contain many endemic species. Answer note panna. Then binomial nomenclature consists of two words, genus and species. Answer, genus and species. And Homo sapiens. Homo generic name, sapiens வந்து species name. Homo is a generic name, sapiens வந்து species name. Then class is a category between phylum and order. Classification la kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species படிக்கணும் இல்லையா? So அது மாதிரி phylum and order. Class is a category between phylum and order. That is the answer. சரியா? So இதில் one answer A, D, second answer A, third answer A, 4, 5 answer A. Okay. The next one, amoeba belongs to the kingdom. Amoeba belongs to kingdom Protista. Amoeba belongs to kingdom Protista. Fungi resemble animals in having both chitin and glycogen. Chitin is a cell wall material and glycogen is a reserve food product. Another, fungi resemble animals in having both B and C, chitin and glycogen. Alright. A plant body is not differentiated into root, stem and leaf, is termed as thallus. Algae la படிச்சிருக்கோம்ல, thallus is the plant body. And chlorophyll containing autotrophic thallophytes, they are called algae. Chlorophyll with the autotrophic thallophytes, they are algae. Then the compound plants consist of algae and fungi. They are called lichens. Lichens nu solluva, they are lichens. Okay. So the compound plants, algae and fungi are called algae. And algae and fungi, they are called lichens. They show symbiotic association. Then which of the following group is called vascular cryptogam? That is pteridophyta. That is pteridophyta. Vascular cryptogam, that is pteridophyta. Then which of the following group have naked seed? It is Gymnosperm. Gymnosperm is having naked seed. Okay. So in the page 21 answer B Protista, 22 வந்து D both B and C, 23 thallus, 24 algae, 25 lichens, 26 pteridophyta, 27 C Gymnosperm. Check பண்ணிக்கோ. This is for this page. Okay. Then I think next வந்து last வந்து next go through பண்ணையா answer க்கு. Shall I go to next? Right. Next, reproductive structure of flower in angiosperm. Reproductive structure or flowers in angiosperm. Phylum Mollusca can be distinguished from other non-chordate by the presence of mantle and non-segmented body. Then phylum of sedentary animal, it is phylum Porifera. Then choanocytes are unique to Porifera. Structure called choanocytes are present in Porifera. நம்ம bookல இல்லை ஆனா புரிஞ்சுக்கோ. Cnidaria is characterized by the presence of cylindron. Cylindron, ஒரு நிமிஷம். Cnidaria is characterized by the presence of nematoblast, cylindron, tissue level of organization. அப்படின்னா all the above. Cnidariana, it is also called phylum Coelenterata. So it is having all the three characters. So all the above, right? Then tapeworm is a member of phylum Platyhelminthes. And the elephantiasis disease in human is caused by Vaucheria frankfurti. A answer, Vaucheria frankfurti. Okay, so for this page, answer 28 C option, 29 D option, 30 C option, 31 B option, 32 D option, all the above, 33 Platyhelminthes D option, and 34 it is A option, Vaucheria. I hope you could follow this. This is only a sample of discussion for understanding the concept of the lesson. First, in this video number 20, I just outlined classification. We have discussed for plant kingdom and animal kingdom, and then a sample of question paper session that we have just covered. So with that, we are completing this lesson. Chapter 7, Diversity in Living Organisms. Okay, so we will continue the next lesson in the next video session. I hope you are able to follow this. Okay, thank you. So go through the lesson again. It is a lengthy chapter, I repeat, and you have to prepare activity for tree chart, animal kingdom and plant kingdom tree chart. Creativity, you can prepare a tree chart with the examples. We'll continue in the next session. Thank you.